My name's Edison Agbandje. I run a company called Ancestral Essence. I've been running this company for about 5-6 years. It deals in putting on courses to enable people to develop themselves spiritually.
What does spiritualism mean to you?
Spiritualism or spirituality? That's what I'd rather say. Or your spirit in this reality. It's more to do with how you, the consciousness who looks out at the world, interacts with the world. It's not about who you pray to, what you pray to, it's how you function as that person trying to work out a map of how you plan your day. You're in a constant battle every time to overcome all the different emotions you're creating and how you're creating. So spirituality for me is everything, because everything you do, your spirit has to bring it out into the external reality.
What is Ancestral Essence?
Ancestral Essence is effectively a company that we created with the view of trying to put the old African concepts and spiritual traditions in a more contemporary, easily mentally digestible way. We found that everyone was always looking at the African thing and automatically went into their education program of believing that it was bad. So we had to show the pureness of it, and Ancestral Essence was our way of effectively creating a company that told the true narrative, the original narrative, in a way that everyone, regardless of color, realized that the original understanding of life started in Africa, and everything that has been created subsequently is just a version of.
So what do you do?
What do I do as regards to Ancestral Essence? Okay, I'm the main teacher that basically runs the courses. We have one called Know Thyself, which is the foundation called, the basic one. Then the second one is Unlocking the Unconscious Mind, which is the immediate one, where we start enabling you to start to what people refer to as subconscious is really what the Africans understood as the inner dimensions within yourself. So we enable you to start to understand that. And the third one, well, we haven't really got a term for that. That's advanced, because at that point, we're looking for you to be able to transcend all your human sort of emotions from childhood, from parenthood, from how you fit into this world, from how you believe in religion, and how you're at the mercy of thoughts that were programmed to you as a child and you've had to live through all of your life. So we take you through why people really get into spirituality, to just repair themselves.
How do you manufacture your products?
Well, we mainly sell oils. We have the oils, we've found fragrances that we personally liked. So we knew that if someone else was actually purchasing it, they would enjoy the experience of the scent first. But then we also, through our connection with our ancestors, have learned some ancient languages of the body and how it communicates, how illnesses and things in our body are thinking, living things, and we understand the languages that shut them down. So the oils have been made with that understanding. So you take them and they start to attack thoughts and feelings that you have within you that you've generated through your inability to truly understand yourself. So we've made it with our knowledge that we've acquired over the years of us coming to understand how the body works and how your spirit interacts with your body.
How do you price up your products?
We think of who's going to be taking these products and what they really can afford. We don't want to put it in a price where it's too much for the person that really is in need of it, but we don't want to put it too low so that someone doesn't respect the value of it.
And how long have you been practicing spiritualism?
Well, in truth, it's not something you practice, it's who you are. And it's how you understand your life. And as you progress through your life, you have a greater understanding of what you deem as your consciousness. So I would say all my life, but in the last 30 years, when I've learned to speak to my ancestors, they've taken me on a journey of self-discovery through all the different traditions and religions, and got me to the point where I start to realize, like my father said, I don't care about all the religions in the world if they turn me from paying respect to my own father. So when I understood that, I realized that from an ancestral point of view, there's no dispute who your mother and father is. Every other religion is for man to make their choice.
So you said you've been on a 30-year journey. How did you start that journey?
Like all things, necessity is the mother of invention. When there's a need, you find a way. So many people that come to me have a lot of issues where they're attacked in various different ways. Sleep paralysis, people that are attacked in their sleep, where they find that they've woken up, they feel something is touching them or near them, and they can't move their body to push that thing off. And various other ailments and mental situations where people find that they hear voices in themselves that are essentially putting them down from within. So just through my life story, relationship situations, I was one of those children that needed to know why. I couldn't just sit down and say, okay, let that go. I'll think about something else. I needed to get into it. So in the pursuit of learning to find out who I was, that's how I got into it. I didn't really have a choice. It's the only thing that's interested me from when I was a kid.
So, for anyone that's interested in spirituality and spiritualism, what do they require to start connecting with their ancestors?
Absolutely nothing. Every time you utter a sentence or you're about to think about what you say, you have an internal conversation. You speak to someone within yourself to ask, is that the right thing to do? Should I go ahead? And people start to trust that voice and say it's their intuition or inner tuition, as we say. But effectively, you have a relationship with a voice inside yourself. That is really the beginning of your consciousness having a conversation with what we call one of your ancestors. So you're engaging in this already. All I'm really doing is separating all the other voices so that you can have a much better relationship with the voice of yourself or your ancestor inside you.
So how do you manage to build an audience or a following?
Well, again, initially I started out with just a Facebook page on Facebook. It goes with the saying, doesn't it? So effectively, there were no restrictions back then. So when we would write a post, we could get up to 300,000 people coming to look at that post. And we built up a 30,000 people followers as we have there. So we've had that for about 4 or 5 years. And effectively, when Facebook shut down all these sites and basically said, unless you pay for the boost, we're not going to boost you, then all of us sort of had to look for alternatives. But generally, for what I do, it's word of mouth. There's a lot of people that literally find us from just really inquiring amongst friends from the courses that we've done. We put local ads out. We really just want to create where if the person is meant to be there, they will be there. Their ancestors will bring them along on that day because that was the right day.
What is the purpose or aims of Ancestral Essence?
In truth, the bigger plan is to make what we say and what we teach standard. We looked at the big fight outside and we realized you can't buy back your freedom. You can't buy back your history. You can't buy back your pride. Initially, we had our own sense of community, but we also had our community with our ancestors. They say if you have no roots, the tree won't stand. Each person's roots are their ancestors. That's every individual's root. That's what stands them up. That's what gives them the courage in themselves. And various things we teach within the course where you speak to your ancestors, they give you that warning. They help you, tell you what's going on. They help you, as you say, intuition, you can pick up what someone's thinking. This doesn't become an accidental thing. This becomes a deliberate thing. So in the way in which we were going to fight back or just bring something for the community, we would love it that is standard. So every child can come in, has that relationship with their ancestors, has their legacy of information that was there in their family passed down to them. And if that was the situation, I don't think the culture would be where it is right now. And I think they'll be much more stronger, much more mentally stronger. And the one thing people can't take away from you is what you think.